A lot of realtors look at YouTube the same way they look at social media. They focus on views. They focus on the numbers. They focus on how many people are watching their videos. And then they assume that if the views go up, the business will follow. But that's not how it works, because views alone do not create clients. Views create awareness. Trust creates the clients. And there's a big difference between those two things. You can have a video with thousands, hundreds of thousands of views, and still no one will reach out. At the same time, you can have a video with a few hundred views and generate real conversations. Because the goal is not to be seen, the goal is to be trusted. And once you understand that shift, YouTube starts to make more sense. Because now the question changes. Instead of how do I get more views, you start to ask, how do I build trust through my content? And when you focus on that, the entire strategy becomes clear. There's a process that takes someone from discovering your videos to eventually reaching out to you. It's not random, it's not luck, it's a sequence. And when you follow the sequence, your content becomes more effective. Step 1 is to attract the right viewer. This is where everything begins, because not all views are created equal. If your videos are reaching people who are not planning on moving, then those views never convert. So the goal is to reach viewers that are thinking about relocating. This happens through search-based content. Videos like cost of living breakdowns, suburb comparisons, neighborhood overviews, commute explanations, what your budget gets you videos. These topics attract people who are actively researching. They're not casually browsing anymore. They are trying to understand what their next move might look like. This is what makes them valuable. You are meeting them at the moment when they are thinking they need to make a decision. And that's where the process starts. So step 2 is building familiarity. Once someone finds your channel through one video, they rarely make the decision right away. They keep on watching, they click on another video, then another. And with each video, something subtle begins to happen. They start to recognize you. Your voice becomes familiar. Your face becomes familiar. Your style becomes familiar, and familiarity creates comfort because people tend to trust what feels familiar. It reduces uncertainty. It makes interaction feel so much easier. And in real estate, where decisions carry weight, that comfort matters. It lowers the barrier to engagement. Step 3 is to establish authority. Familiarity alone is not enough. Someone can recognize you without trusting you. Authority is what bridges that gap. Authority comes from consistency, and it comes from showing that you understand the market, that you can clearly explain it, and that you can guide someone through the decision process. When a viewer sees you consistently providing value, breaking down neighborhoods, explaining trade-offs, sharing insights, they begin to see you differently. You're no longer just someone on YouTube. You become the person who understands the area, the person who can help navigate the move. And that perception is what creates trust. So step 4 is making it easy to reach out. This is where a lot of realtors overcomplicate things. They think their call to action needs to be super strong. It needs to be very persuasive. They need to push the viewer. But in reality, the most effective calls to actions are simple, because by the time that someone's ready to reach out, the decision's already been made. Your role is just to remove the friction. A simple invitation is enough. If you have any questions moving here, feel free to reach out. That keeps the tone natural. It keeps the interaction open, and it allows the viewer to take the next step without feeling pressured to do so. Step 5 is time. This is the part that most realtors underestimate. YouTube is not an immediate lead source. It's a compounding platform. Each video you create adds to your library. Each viewer interaction adds to your credibility. And over time, these interactions stack. Someone might watch your videos over the course of days or weeks, maybe even months, before they ever reach out. And when they do, it doesn't feel like a cold conversation. It feels familiar. They feel like they know you because they've already spent a lot of time learning from you. They already trust your perspective. They already feel confident in your understanding of the market. So when they reach out, they're not starting from zero. They're continuing a relationship that has already been built. And that's what makes YouTube so powerful. It creates trust before the conversations ever happen. It turns strangers into familiar faces and familiar faces into trusted experts. That's the process. Attract the right viewer, build familiarity, establish authority, make it easy to reach out, and allow time for trust to develop. When those steps are in place, your channel stops feeling random. It feels intentional. It becomes predictable. It becomes something that consistently brings in opportunity. Because now you're not just creating content, you're building a system that turns attention into trust and trust into clients. And once you understand that, YouTube becomes much more than a platform. It becomes one of the most reliable ways to grow your real estate business.